What's up, guys? It's that German guy. We're back with another Rust update video, and yeah, you read right, fishing. It just came out of nowhere. Now, they do have a finished fishing pole concept that was done, I think, back in 2015, and it actually had a catching animation as well as a failed, oops, you hooked it, but you didn't get the fish animation. However, that fishing pole is not to be seen yet. What we did get is fish traps. So right now, the fish trap is this little box here. It isn't finished. This isn't the final texture, but we got a green small box, okay? Now, if the water is too shallow, you can't place it, okay? If the water gets too deep, you can't place it. So it needs to be put in shallow water. So that's kind of going to be a strategic thing there as well. Now, as of right now, I've been waiting for about 15-20 minutes here, and they haven't caught anything, so I don't know if they're just incredibly slow or not fully done. I'm going to lean to they're not fully done, since they don't even have a texture yet. But we do have fish already. So there's two types of fish. There's minnows, which you can just straight up eat. They do diminish water slightly, because they added a saltiness property, which we'll come back to. And they don't do a whole lot for you, but they're cool. Small group edible fish. They cannot be cooked, which I'll show here in a minute. The other thing is you can get a small trout, which you actually have to gut. And when you gut that, it turns into raw fish for you. Okay? Now, you can't eat or cook the trout itself. You're going to need to gut it. Once you've gut it, you can toss it in here and cook it. I'll just throw these guys in here just to show they don't actually cook. And while that's cooking away, I'm going to go ahead and show you they did a new model for the water barrels. Rather than having water barrels and a water dispenser, they just turned it into this water dispenser, which I think is actually pretty cool. Looks really neat. Kind of reminds me of a water cooler, minus the cooling, I guess. But yeah, definitely really cool looking. And as we let that cook on a little bit, there's a small little changes here done so far. There's a Peacekeeper mode for the turret. It makes a little did when you know, and you can also put it back to attack all. Now, the reason for Peacekeeper is it is only going to, as you can see here, enable Peacekeeper mode to only target armed or hostile players. Now, they haven't specified what that means. We're going to have to see. But basically, I'm assuming if you have a gun out, it's going to shoot at you. If you don't, then it won't. Now, people say, well, why do we want that? Like, what if I accidentally set it to that, and then what? Raiders can just walk into my base with no guns, and my turrets won't shoot them? Well, that's not what they're meant for. I think they're meant more for the role-playing community and for people who want to set up shops in towns. And they do want some kind of economy set up in the game. Gary and team have always stated they like to see people trading and doing stuff like that. So that's why this has been added, I believe, is to get that sense of being able to set up a town and have it protected, but also not have to authorize everyone on the turrets, and, you know, someone who wasn't trusted, you know, clears the turret and murders everyone because they're a dickhead or something, where one person can authorize it and for their shop, and as long as no one does anything they shouldn't, then the turret's not going to shoot at them. So definitely really cool little idea. Really cool for those RP people out there. It's going to be great for their servers, and yeah, they're just not working yet. So let's go ahead and head back over here and check out the food properties here. As you can see, we've got some cooked meat now. Minnows still haven't cooked. Just chow down on those again. And we're going to go ahead and eat some cooked fish here. So you get a little bit of water, and you get a decent amount of food, but they're actually pretty good for health. That's some really good health regen right there. So that's definitely neat. I'm sure they'll rebalance things. The other thing I wanted to actually bring attention to now is that saltiness property I mentioned earlier. There we go. Huge amount. Eating one piece of human meat doesn't always hit you, but once you eat multiples, it just kills your water, and you become dehydrated very quick. So it's kind of a deterrent to be a cannibal in the game slightly. At first I thought it might make you just straight up vomit, but it doesn't, because I mean, you technically can eat people. It's just not great for you. It's also really messed up. But hey, so that's kind of cool. They added in that saltiness. I'm sure that'll be used once they go into actual like cooking and stuff for the game. But yeah, sound off in the comments below. I definitely did not expect fishing. When it comes to other stuff that we're kind of expecting in the game, they haven't done anything with the water pump quite yet. It could still somehow make it in tomorrow morning before the update. However, I doubt that. Another thing we haven't seen is the new arrow types yet. There's no word on that. And one last little tidbit here is they've changed the target to pop back up on its own after 6 seconds of being shot, and that its price has also been cut down to 100 wood, 150 metal fragments. And right now, as we stand, the survival fish trap is going to cost you 200 wood and 2 cloth. So that's basically there. Also, for people who are having problems with the water jugs, they seem to have fixed them and they work properly, which is really cool as well. But that pretty much covers this for now. As things get fully fleshed out, I will put out another update video showing what's new or the final models and etc. Thanks for watching, guys. Click that like button to help support the channel, and I hope this brought some information to you and some excitement for the fact that we've got some more survival aspects being put into the game finally. Thanks for watching.